I found this cool big jar in a secondhand shop, so watch me make it into a tiny aquarium. First I start off with my substrate layer, then I capped it with sand to stop it from leaching into the main column. This is me spreading it around. And then I decided to just shove it down the front because we don't want to see that dough. Then I attached wood to a rock with super glue, and then I put it in. And then I added more rocks because rocks are cool. Everyone loves rocks. And then guess what I did? You guess what I did? I did more tiny rocks, that's right, love tiny rocks. Look at them, look at that cute little guy. Such cool dude. And then, you guessed it, look at that beautiful hardscape. Oh, so stunning, isn't she beautiful? And then I added, plants. So that's a big Echinodorus, and then I added more tiny rocks because tiny rocks are cute. And that's a tiny Anubias that I added. I've also got some Java ferns in there, and then I added a wee Spidey plant, and then I filled it up with water, and I added some dwarf hair grass, and another big Anubias, and some floating plants. And Bob's your uncle, you have a tiny aquarium. There's also a tiny snail in there, probably a tiny bladder snail, which I will try and film in the coming months. And maybe once this is all settled down, I'll add some tiny little shrimps, some little shrimpies, because I thought, tiny jar, tiny little creatures, so I made a jar for their tiny bodies. Okay, I've made this voiceover weird, sorry.